Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm just throwing down stuff, whatever.
Great start.
Welcome, everyone. Stream number 3 for this weekend, or for this week. Weekend. 3 streams in one weekend. Whatever. We can take care of a stream. YouTube is saying we don't have any audio stream running. So please let me know if you can hear us. Would be highly appreciated.
Yeah, we best wait and see if that's sorted. Hopefully it's nothing wrong in OBS.
I mean, it probably is something wrong in OBS. Let me check. Never mind. I don't know what YouTube is saying, but I just tested it on the YouTube page and I could definitely hear myself, so...
Have there any comments saying otherwise?
Not yet, so I guess
okay.
we're good to go.
We'll anyway, just assume it's working.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Scuffed stream today, but first time for Michael streaming today. So maybe just let us get a second. You know how we are with technical issues. We had a lot of those when starting off. Less now, but whatever. Anyway, as always, I'm Joscha.
And I'm Michael.
In the last streams. Michael today to the left.
One
of the sides to me, whatever. And today we see Michael's casino for once. Michael playing. I think you just built this week.
I started yesterday. I'm gonna finish it off today. Well, finished. I still have quite a bit to build, but I thought I'd save it for the stream.
So what do you want to build today? Or maybe give us a tour of what you have built as far as now.
Yeah, so today we have a casino and like a hotel, business and gym complex. If we just go down to the bottom. So I've kind of gone for something a bit old-fashioned. It might actually be better off to go around in first-person mode. Then we can give a full tour. Lots of flowers, nice hedged area. I tried to go for this flooring to sort of match the street a bit better. And I think we'll save a hotel for last. We'll start off with the big casino.
Lovely entrance, by the way.
Thank you. Then got this little sort of garden bit with a bar. Hello.
You have a bar before you even go inside the casino.
Yeah, nice little outside bar. I wish I put some tiki lights up now. In fact, real quick.
Chris Butler on Twitch. Hello, welcome to the stream. First person looks great. I think so too. Well done of a job by Michael. And never thought of having a bar outside. You can actually have pretty nice bars outside, especially on the rooftop. So if you have like a partial floor be a hotel, and then you can have at the end a little bit of a rooftop bar. We did that in the first stream casino. That looks really, really nice. Like have a little seating area.
Are we allowed to swear?
As a balcony. I mean, we usually swear.
Can I please get shit-faced? Thank you. I think I said it properly, shit-faced, yeah.
There's no weather, correct? Just default. Yeah, there's no weather. It's always shiny in the.
Ignore the trees.
Yeah, it's always shiny in 4 Peaks. It is, right?
Yeah. I mean, who wants bad weather in a game?
Sorry, what was that?
Who wants bad weather in a game?
I mean, in Sim Airport, it did make sense, and in a lot of other games, it does make sense to have some bad weather. But it probably obviously depends on the game. But yeah, in SimCasino, we don't have bad weather. You always have sun, so you don't have to care about placing stuff outside.
See, we've got the slot machine area and a few table games. We've also tried to light it quite a bit with these little, technically the disco lights. I decided to reuse them here.
Michael?
Yeah?
Chris Butler already has one interesting thought for the list for you.
Oh dear.
Bad weather could affect visitor numbers in the game.
Yeah, but how are you going to render the weather? Are we going to add volumetric clouds? Are we going to add rain effects? I mean, GTA proved how difficult rain is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've all seen GTA Definitive. I guess the pictures online have been shared a lot, so I imagine most of you have. But yeah, they couldn't figure out how to do rain.
Well, the original dev team could, but
Yeah.
the remaster wasn't really
Ella,
great.
keep an eye on the vault, please. Look after me money. I hope he does a good job. And you best be watching as well. So yeah, they've got a nice view. As you can see, you don't even need a wall around it. You can just have a fence. But there does need to be a hole in the floor, because I think a fence on its own doesn't count. Just if there's, like, nothing there.
So basically, the fence isn't a cut off, but a hole in the wall.
I
Hole in
believe
the
so,
floor.
yeah. Whee!
Lovely small casino for sure. And you say you've got the hotel right next door?
Yeah, we're going to visit that now.
Hey, Payline Slot Channel coming by. Hey, saying hey guys. Hey, Payline.
Hello.
Payline, did you see Dan on Thursday by any chance? We had him on really nice chat. If you didn't see it, maybe check out the VOD.
Got a nice lounge area here. And some business facilities. Couple of conference rooms if you want to do some business. Small laundry back here. Floating bed sheets. See, here's the problem when we programmed this. They looked like they weren't floating from above. And then when we added first person quite late into game development, we realized that quite a few things do float.
Yeah, that's probably when we noticed the stuff like the bingo personnel floating too. Or
Yeah.
no, on that one it wasn't floating. It was the bingo, the foot being like in the stage. But yeah, there's so many small like 3D aspects that you just don't see from above, and then from the first person view you can obviously see.
Look, people are sitting down now to work. Ignore that the hands are touching the keyboard. But yeah, look, they're sitting down now.
Michael, good
Yeah.
question for you. Payline Slot Channel asking, is there a way to invert camera up and down when in first person mode?
So it matches whatever setting you have in the graphics settings, but that does mean if you want it to be inverted in one mode and not inverted in the other, you'd have to switch it manually. But I think
That,
generally speaking, most players would keep it the same between both, so that's why we didn't have two options. Otherwise, you'd have to change it for both. I guess it wouldn't be too difficult to add.
shall I add to the list?
Uh, Add it to the list and then we'll just keep a blind eye to it, which is what we do for
I
a lot
mean,
of stuff. But now we might be able
you
to
can
add it, to be fair.
you can probably really quickly add it as soon as you're back from your break.
Yeah.
Not too big of a problem. Payline, just to clarify, I guess you mean that you'd like a different setting depending on world or first person view, I guess.
I want more alcohol, please. The list
There's
is
a bunch
never
of
ending. The list is never ending. Give me a drink.
look at all the alcohol in the back of it.
I tried to make this little like I guess like a structure thing for the lights to go on.
Hmm.
I think it looks
Looks
alright.
pretty nice.
I'll be honest, the real issue was that the lights was like affecting the upper floor. So I had to add it so that like create a hole in the roof but without removing the lights.
Hmm. We want to add a new issue.
Whee!
For what was that? Mouse up down?
Yeah.
First person mode.
So we have a little gym here, and as you can see how it sort of connects to like the lounge and that from below. Well, you can actually get quite up close to the detail in the models in this game when you're in first person.
Hmm. I mean, you can even see the computer screens and check out what's going on the computers.
Just going to do some yoga. Actually, pretty nice view out here. A picture for inspiration, you must climb that mountain, metaphorically. Have a little bridge and a balcony. Hey, apparently sliding doors don't work, but only on some occasions.
He says, and it works perfectly fine.
Yeah. See, I have no idea. I've never been able to recreate it. Have a little sit down, take a look at the city, ignore the floating buildings.
Nah. Mama Van one on Twitch saying good evening. Very good evening to you too.
Hello.
Happy to see you here. Colby Pop, same to you. Happy to see you here. Saying regarding the weather, because of all the weather, all casinos are set in the city of brotherly love. And he then continues to ask, are there plans for editable 3D letter signs? Kirby, could you
can do it
clarify?
with
Because,
mods.
well, there are already 3D letters, right?
Oh, yeah. I thought
So
they
you
meant like custom shaped ones or fonts.
Yeah, could you clarify on that one? Because in the game already has the letter signs. You can, Michael, you can show that off real quick. Where you can choose all the letters.
In fact, that's how I made the word club. And you've also got some other shapes as well. Also got image signs.
Payline's asking, is there a way to change the ceiling, or is it always that texture?
We spoke about it in the last live stream about adding an option. It's just when you're in first person mode, the UI disappears, and there's not really an easy way to, like, I guess keep it open. Because you'd have to basically invert the camera during that mode, and we're not really sure how best to do it from a UI perspective. Main issue is that the cursor disappears, and you don't really want the cursor showing in first person mode. I guess we could add a special ceiling design mode. But
probably not in first person mode. I'd guess the first person mode is a little too complicated to use it as for designing purposes.
Because what would happen is every time you go to click a button, it would just do this, and then this, and then this, and it would just get a bit nauseating.
Yeah, a lot of games use control or something like that to hold the camera and then move the mouse. But again, I guess if you would do it, some easy way would be to invert the texture basically. So instead of whenever you place the roof, you basically place the floor of one higher level. So if you want to place the ground floor the ground floor ceiling, you actually go up by one floor and invert, basically don't render the upper floor. So you set the ceiling from above, basically, as if it was a floor.
Okay, so you about to see the worst room in the resort. This is literally the bare minimum. I didn't have much space left, and I thought, you know what, they can get a cheap discount. This gives them a bit of motivation, this picture.
How much is one of those rooms, by the way?
It is. Here it is. 130 for a basic room.
Oh damn, that one specifically is also a little bit smaller than the rest.
And then the next one is actually jumped up to 230 because it's a bit bigger and it's got a nice window. So if we go into this one for 230, as you see, you get a bit more space. I also have this, it's actually an identical bathroom.
But more space in the window.
Yay. And then these rooms get a bit more interesting. So as you can see, we have now a little living room, wine, very important. It's funny, I keep making all these jokes about drinking, but I don't drink.
Yeah, me neither.
Or only like a small amount of alcohol, but got bath, little window, toilet sink, and then through here, little bedroom. As you see, I tried to make the design a bit nicer. I don't know if Arthur would approve of this, He might like it.
Well, he should have joined if he wants to approve or disapprove.
That's true. So because he didn't join, then by default he loves this. Then you have more exercise
Lovely.
equipment, big hot tub,
Very
view of
lovely
the city.
balcony. By the way, we've got a couple new messages. Tom. Can I also insert objects, in brackets mod? I didn't really find the description. What do you mean by insert? If you mean download, yes, obviously, check out the Steam Workshop for SimCasino. There's a bunch of mods already around. You just subscribe and wait a second, usually it doesn't take long, and then you can start your game and you have a bunch of great mods. Whatever you want, check it out. A lot of great mods from great modders. If you mean something different, please let me know and I will help you out. And then Colby Puck Gaming, regarding the letter sign. Instead of having to place the individual characters, it'd be much easier for players to enter the text in a text box and have the sign generated as a single object. So instead of a separate business, wholesale, and casino signs, you just have different styles that you can enter custom text that will be generated. That obviously is doable, but would end up with bad performance, basically. The reason why we have the reason why the letter signs are so good in performance is, like every other object, we basically render just one instance, or we render at the cost of one instance. So it doesn't matter if you have placed the same object once or a million times, and it should roughly render at the same speed. But if we custom generate these signs, it will cost a lot more because we have to custom generate it, and each sign will cost as if it was a unique sign. Though saying that, I don't think you want to make too many signs, so I guess maybe it's possible down the line to add that option.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we need to expand this a bit. Got a fair amount of space. Just trying to
Is
think
that
what
is that
should we build next.
is that one big plot?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Do
I
you have
mean,
any plans already?
any plans? Plans.
Yeah, yeah, not
Um,
plans.
yeah, plenty of flowers. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe sportsbook, bingo, or theatre. Could expand business, hotel. Because yeah, the actual gambling bit is quite small, so we could probably build another gambling hall.
Did you think about some way to get people through and out at the back? Because currently you have your main entrance in the front,
Hmm.
but how do you get people behind the current casino?
Behind.
If you want to continue to build behind it.
Oh, you mean like through here?
Yeah.
So, well, for the hotel building, there's like a corridor going through here. I guess I'd have to move the club sign, but
Hmm.
that could be expanded. And then for this, it's just a big hall, but I'll just keep building this way.
Oh, okay. I mean, go for it. I'm not quite. I'm not the one to ask
Yeah.
what you want to build. Hey, in the meantime, Tom, saying, "No, I'm quite good in Blender. I like to create." In that case, so you want to make mods. You can check out the wiki, which I could link later down the line, but for now we don't. So the best thing you can do is check out the wiki, the modding wiki, but in general you should join the Discord server. On the Discord server we've got a couple of people who can mod, and I'm usually on too, and we always like to help out. So if you want to get started modding, just join, and we will help you out, give you some directions, and help you get the mod up. To answer your original question, by the way, yes, you can obviously add custom mods, custom objects, specifically with 3D and Blender. It's also not too hard. You basically have to make your object in Blender, and then you go in-game and have to set it up in the mod editor in the game, basically, in the main menu. There's a bunch of settings you have to set, and you have to define how the object works, and then you upload it.
I'm not sure if I should go for a green room this time because we've got red already purple. I do wonder though if green on green is a bit much.
Probably. That light blue was nice. Like a really, really light blue.
Even later.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if there's some that's similar to that but with a bit more style. It's a bit plain. That could work. Almost going for an ocean theme.
I mean, why not make it an ocean theme?
Maybe even get some like aquatic theme images and put them in. But I don't know if I want to be googling images. Middle
Probably
of the
not in
stream.
the stream.
No. But if you wanted to, like if you're watching this, you could do that as an option. Let me try and match this up. Don't know if I should go for black and blue or more yellow and blue.
You could try using the glass fence on that one, maybe. It's the
Don't
last
think
one.
that's not glass, that's like a convention hall sort of thing, like
Oh,
yeah.
I always thought it's glass.
No.
Never used it though. Didn't see it. Colby Pup is offended, by the way. Green on green is too much. I take offense to that. That's my default gaming room color. Or color palette.
All color palettes are welcome here.
Yeah. It just may be too much for this specific casino. I've never used the neon strip lights in the game by now. Should really add some in my
Yeah.
casinos. They look great.
Oh. Missed a bit. Bit of a hazard.
What? A big hole in the floor is a hazard?
Well, technically not in this
Never.
game.
Yeah, people are too smart.
If we make the AI too smart, it's a bug. If we make the AI too dumb, it's a bug.
You just may have to make it perfectly dumb enough to not be smart. But yeah, making AIs is well, making AIs isn't too hard, but making AIs believable is quite a difficult thing.
Yeah.
You can always make an AI that just works. Tom has found the wiki. Lovely. Again, be sure to join the Discord, or in general, guys, if you want to talk to us. Well, not Michael the next 2 weeks. He's gonna on a break. But if you want to talk to the rest of us, be sure to just join the Discord. I'm usually online, and if you have questions, either someone on the Discord or I will generally answer.
I officially am going to start a detox. In fact, millennials might find this quite interesting because there's a lot of talk about like getting away from technology. So I'm going to try and do 2 weeks. I guess I'll still have my phone to make phone calls, but I'll try and avoid any sort of social media and internet usage, and I'll probably be crying by tomorrow, Joshua.
Do you have some project you could do in the meantime?
Got a few books.
Some.
I'm going to try and avoid anything work related. I'm
Well,
going to
you
end
don't
up
have to do something.
making like SimCasino 2 otherwise if I get bored.
Yeah. And usually just take some random project I can think of and basically some programming challenge and try to do it. I mean, in 2 weeks, if you want a challenge, in 2 weeks you could try making some small platformer.
Sounds interesting.
Just
Wait,
need to
that's
give it
more
some
work.
random. Sorry, what?
That's more work.
Not really. See it as a challenge.
Fair enough.
I don't know. You basically have to separate like work-related programming and recreational programming, if you want to say it like that. And I don't know about you. I really love recreational programming.
Yeah, it's about finding
Basically,
the right project, isn't it?
I mean, I can give you a lot of projects if you want anything.
Yeah, that'd be quite interesting actually. I'll see how I feel. You'll have to do it without messaging me.
So I could just
You'll
tell
have to
you right
send a
now.
pigeon.
I mean, I could tell you right now.
No, because then it means I'm gonna have to commit to it in front of the audience.
No, I've got some random AF projects flying around still, ranging from, I don't know, something simple like finishing a good to-do app. To be fair, I've replaced that with just using Obsidian now, which is really nice for like to-dos and just notes in general. All the way to making a complete UI framework.
Oh, well. I tried making an isometric drawing tool, didn't I? And I never really got far with it.
Yeah, you could go ahead and continue that one. Though I think there's one main, like big isometric drawing tool already.
I'll have to look through it.
What did you use to build that, by the way?
Oh, I literally used XAML.
Yeah.
And then just hard coding like graphics, copying and stuff.
Oh.
That's probably why it didn't get very far.
Yeah, possibly. You may want to use C# for it and some UI framework.
It was C#, but I mean it's using the like default Windows stuff.
So probably WPF or
That's the
WWP.
right word.
Yeah. I mean, it works, but I don't really like XAML XAML-based UI frameworks. I don't know. I can never get really used to them, and it's like this big hurdle at the beginning. There's also really no cross-platform alternative currently. Colby Pop just wrote, I didn't realize that gaming tables were custom colorable like that. Thanks for putting that in. Well, no problem. We love to put in stuff. We just obviously have huge lists, so we can only put in so much.
Yeah.
But we did put in, I think, about a month ago.
Yeah, it was a little while ago. Just gonna move this in a bit more. I mean, it also makes the shape of the room a bit more interesting.
By the way, could you just really quickly click on anything colorable
Yeah.
so we can show, and then just basically whenever there's the designer tool option in the list, you can change either color, chairs, or something predefined. Like in the case of the table games, you can use only predefined colors or styles. But for some stuff, like chairs, you can completely color them however you want. So if you've missed Thursday's stream, we've basically made a Minnesota Vikings bar and sports betting area, and we colored tables, the bar, even the chairs in the mix of the Viking colors.
I think my delivery might be here. Sorry, everyone. I'm gonna have to quickly sort it out. Just real quick. So, Link's Thunder. That's kind of ocean related, is it? Like Atlantis or something?
I mean, it's the closest you get, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely don't miss your delivery.
And Joshua will keep you all entertained. That's the only downside of me streaming this now is nothing will happen until I get back. I will be
Do you
back.
have guests already? Well, I guess you have to live with me for a second. And the lovely green above where Michael was sitting. Tom, where is your home country? So I'm from Germany. Michael, who just left, is from the greatest of Britain. And Arthur, our lead dev, is from the United States, specifically Las Vegas. And then if you remember that, you can figure out why it's LP game dev. And Colby Pop, Minnesota Vikings, the Vikings suck, go back, go. I can share that sentiment. And it's always really, really funny in our group because Arthur is a Vikings fan and I'm also a Packers fan. So you can imagine how weekends where they play look in our chat. A lot of roasting. Like this Thursday, we specifically built a Vikings bar. Because the Packers are gonna completely destroy the Vikings this weekend. Arthur has at least some Vikings happiness this week. But yeah, Vikings Packers this weekend, tomorrow, luckily to an early time for once. Since I live in Germany, the timings are a little bit annoying. The early game, so tomorrow is going to be the early game for Packers. The early game is at like 7 p.m. And then the middle game, there's 3 each Sunday. The middle game is roughly at 10 p.m., which is still doable for most people. But the late game, like the Sunday night, Monday, and Thursday night games, those are at 2 a.m. the next day already. Little hard to watch. For me, it's not the biggest of issues because I'm basically living in on like an East Coast time zone. I mean, I basically got up at, I don't know, just about 4 p.m. today, and I'm gonna stay up all night, but whatever. Yeah, Tom, I don't think I will ever get that out. I've been improving English in the last like 2+ years working with Michael and Arthur. But I don't think I will get out the accent. Why doesn't Iowa have a professional football team? Do you mean NFL? Because doesn't Iowa have the Iowa State, at least for college? Because Minnesota would want to. Oh, that one is good. But again, doesn't Iowa technically have the college team?
The Michael
I mean, the college team.
returns.
The Michael returns. Be quick to wrap up. I mean, even if Iowa has a football team in the college, it's probably going to be better than the Vikings. So, question answered.
I'm
Michael,
glad I
you got
missed the
delivery.
sports bit.
Yeah, we just roasted the Vikings. Basically, did you see the ludicrous display last night?
That's all I need to know.
Whoever gets that reference is well done. But yeah, you got delivery. You got some food for the next days.
Yeah,
You can
plenty of
survive
food.
again.
Did you hear any of it?
Basically not. Like we
Oh,
could hear
that's good.
some rambling, but not really what you said.
Just gonna add some more places for guests to get money out. Probably need some more escalators actually. But I don't know if I left any space for them. No.
Kirby Pop saying college football isn't professional. Yeah, indeed.
Nearly.
While you were placing, by the way, the one thing I never got into the placement helper, but which I actually wanted it to exist for, like the one thing I wanted to build it for, is showing cells. Basically, so you have a grid, but you also see on the grid if on the above floor there is floor or not.
Ah,
Do you know
so
what I
for
mean?
the escalator.
For example, but in general, because if you go down now by one floor, you obviously don't know where the upper floor is, and so you would have some squares on the ground, and
Yeah.
maybe like a darker line or some outline for the upper floor.
Even if it only came up for like 2-story objects just to begin with, just to see, because you don't want it to be too obtrusive in normal cases, but
Hey, Colby Pop is from Green Bay. Yay.
okay, yeah, it would actually
That
be quite
is.
helpful here.
It would be really helpful, right?
Oh, should I go? Trying to think, so yellow would be more like the beach.
Try to use the same color. Yeah, that one works out
Yeah,
great.
because I was
You
just
may
thinking
wanna.
there's too much of the same color because I keep doing everything in the same color.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, you obviously have the distances now. So if the upper floor and lower floor are the same size, you obviously can use the distances.
Yeah. Uh, I'll dismantle that one.
Colby Pop, by the way, I really need to visit Green Bay one day. It's really sad. I actually had a trip planned to the US for last year, but sadly, due to unforeseeable circumstances, like this big pandemic, we couldn't travel.
Uh,
Hope to, at some point, get that in. But yeah, basically, I wanted to tour, more or less tour the whole country. So basically, the plan was to go start in New York and then go cross country via car, visit stuff like Green Bay, but also other cities, and then end on the West Coast. If I ever get to do it and I visit Green Bay, which, to be fair, if I visit the US, I probably basically 100% will visit Green Bay. And you want to meet up? Let me know. Always happy to meet up with people.
These Egyptian lakes work as, I guess, a bit like Atlantic lamps.
Why don't they work with the distance marker? Oh, no, never mind. I don't know. I think the distance marker is outside of the building.
Ah, right. Might be
Can you
offset by
try
one.
try a higher angle? Yeah, there you go. Why does it try to go outside? It should use 1-to-1 the same.
Is it on the list?
I can add it. And that's probably one for me to fix.
I have to be careful here because I don't want to block access for the staff.
I think you're better off... well, no, it's probably fine. Anyway, let me add that issue real quick. Construction helper outside of building / going through wall on upper floor. Labeled as bug and submit.
I wonder if we have an Atlantis statue.
Your statues don't seem to load in.
Ah, here we go.
Ah, there you go. That took a second. To be fair, your graphics card is probably working pretty hard now.
Yeah. Ooh, look, he's got a little penis.
Eh. Well, now you can definitely swear.
I don't know if that is a swear word. I don't know. Which
Not really
one's
about
the...
swearing, but about having that in the video.
I guess Atlantis would have a few things like this, wouldn't it? Just gotta be careful to not pick Roman ones. Or Egyptian. Ooh, what's that? That's quite graphic.
Could be worse. Colby Puck saying, if you plan the visiting Packers season, get in touch with the team beforehand. I think they have some perks for the Packers fans abroad who come for the first game. To the first game. But we have to see if you can get cards to the game. That's one issue. But I can take a look. Definitely gonna be. It's definitely a good idea to just ask if they can do anything. Would be fun to come over specifically for a Packers Vikings game. Michael, Arthur and I live streaming from Green Bay.
Green Bear?
Watching,
What's that?
yeah, from the Packers game, from a Packers Vikings game.
I still don't know what you're on about.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I think there's almost so many statue options I can't pick between them.
Just place whatever you find.
I don't want to go too blue.
Try a little bit more green. Then you could try a little bit more green, because then it looks like it's oxidized copper.
Ah, yeah.
Like the
Might try
Statue
and
of
find
Liberty.
one with a base as well.
Well, the base should probably be a good color. Like a stony color.
Here we go. Add that to the list. The object color doesn't sometimes come up.
On statues, mostly, right?
I think it's anything that has like a sub-object, like a chair.
Well, chairs did work perfectly fine.
It depends. My assumption is that if you have a chair which doesn't have a color option, then switch over to one that does. It doesn't update and give you the color option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's possible.
Ooh, very green.
I'm just gonna note in the description what we found. Wouldn't it look better with just one?
I was wondering that.
Like one fountain in the middle and then statues around it.
Yeah.
And that issue is on the list and noted.
I think I'm making it messy.
By the way, do you have any bins in your casino?
I'm sure I've added a few, just not so I need to this section yet.
You really need
Let's
more bins.
see a bin
Otherwise, you've got
there.
a bunch there.
And yeah, oh yeah, I've got loads clones in the middle. I'm pretty sure I've got some in here. One there. Probably do with some more to be fair. Bin placement simulator.
Hmm. By the way, do you have a casino running or is the game paused?
Currently paused, and I haven't opened it yet. Thought we could all witness that. Probably going to be a mad rush because everything will open at once.
I mean, why not open it up right now?
I
Get
was
some
going to do a
people in.
big reveal. Okay.
It seems so empty all the time.
I want to get some more deliveries in as well.
Do you have instant delivery on or manual?
I thought I'd do it manual, and then I realised there's probably not much point to that on the live stream because it'll be all created.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could make this lower floor start setting. That might be quite interesting. Ooh.
You know what you could try? Why not try, instead of making a fountain and a fence around it, why not put a two-story wall there? Like a big massive column in the middle of the casino where you can put a sign on.
I guess so, yeah. I wondered at first if you meant doing one story and then putting the fountain on top.
Well, that would work too, but then the sign couldn't be placed high up.
Well, it would need to be 5 by 1.
Ah, dang it.
or even wider. I could make
Yeah,
it even
then,
bigger, but it might get a bit too big.
yeah. Well, though maybe still put the fountain on the upper floor.
Nearly destroyed part of the structure then. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of experimentation.
Alright, you need the wall
Yeah.
to place against.
Could I be cheeky and just have a floating wall? Probably the answer is yes.
Floating floor, you mean? Yeah, that works.
Yeah. But of course now
Hey,
it
there you
looks
go.
a bit weird. Let's don't know how good columns will look. Trying to hold
If
that.
you put 4 in the corners, it may look good.
It's
I mean, it looks
interesting.
decent.
I'll try this, but with a different colour, I think. And I just remembered I can multi-select.
You can also copy paste, but why even use that?
See, I'm tempted to put a fence around it, but then you wouldn't be able to see it. The fountain
Not
there.
really.
I want to see how it looks. Guess you'd see it from above, just not much from below.
Can't really see too much from above either.
Excuse me, I want to take over you.
Oh no.
Nah, ain't gonna work. Ooh, just see the top. But yeah, it don't quite have the same effect. Oh,
Someone's stealing your sheet.
To be honest, given how far back we're coming from, yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
make it. I need
already.
guards actually patrolling near the front. You look a bit confused. I wonder if that's the person who I took over.
I think so. Though maybe someone else too. There you go. They're just walking around.
Yeah, maybe it should be centered. Oh.
Eh, it should be centered. He placed it completely offside. There you
Okay.
go.
Now
Looks
we have our
lovely.
sports betting without the sports betting.
Well, yeah. Oh, you could. You obviously need screens, but you could remove the columns again and replace it with walls. So you could place screens there,
Ah,
but then you couldn't place the statues. So you have to decide statues or screens. Do you want a fancy center or a usable center?
that was actually a really tough decision.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just do the same as I did in the other casino.
Am
In
I
my
just
casino.
copying you?
Well, it's a simple idea everyone may have, so not really.
So you're not going to sue me then?
Maybe.
I'm not too sure about that silence.
As long as you place the displays right, I won't.
Should I just leave a gap in the fence for fun?
Well, a well-placed gap is not an issue. A bad-placed gap is one, though.
Now this wall looks boring.
Just place some plants on it. Or some pictures. Specifically some that look like
Pretend
water.
that's underwater plant. I don't really have any water pictures on my computer, whereas I could have added some, and I don't really want to be spending ages Googling it while we're live. What's good for now is, well, for a little while now, you can use a picture of any size. Might not necessarily fit, but you can now just import any picture of any size. I mean, you don't have to mess around with resizing it beforehand.
Also, really quick, can you open one picture again?
This.
No, yeah, there you go. So if you want to add a custom picture, you just hit the big plus button. And then you can import whatever picture you want. I don't think there's many picture packs. Well, there's a couple of picture packs online on the workshop, but could be more. There are a lot of options for flooring and walls, though.
One thing you may notice is that these TVs count towards this room because their object is sort of in the zone on the second floor. So I'll still want to add other TVs anyway.
Yeah, I can never have enough. By the way, is there any specific reason why the betting screen cannot be height adjusted?
It's because people walk to this and they have a look at it. I guess was the original intention. We could always just make a duplicate that's purely visual.
Nah, the current issue is you can't really place the big TV and the betting screen on the same height. Well, you can place it on the same height, but you cannot adjust the height.
Yeah. Yeah, so as I say, you just add a duplicate that doesn't allow people to walk to it, and then it's basically purely a visual one. We can't make
Yeah,
this one free because then you'd have guests trying to flirt to get to like the second floor. You know,
yeah,
that's like
I see.
walk up to.
Yeah, I see. See what you mean. Question: can a research office zone be split across multiple subrooms? Asked by Kirby Pub Gaming.
If you're
Um,
asking if you can have multiple researchers, then no. You wouldn't really need to split a single office into two because it only has one desk.
it would basically be the same as having two offices.
Yeah. But the only
Um,
reason why we don't allow that is because it would make research too quick and it'd be a bit of a balance issue. And then players would ask, what do you do with all the staff after? And don't get me wrong, players have creative ideas what we could do with the admin, but it very quickly becomes like a rabbit hole, like Prison Architect, where we've then got to come up with 20 other features to fill in all the tasks that the 20 or 30 admin one player decides to add, and then says, well, what do I do with them?
so basically, it's a balancing issue,
Yeah.
balancing feature. Also, in regards to the question, if you mean it's similar to the how the hotel rooms work, that's also not an option. Um, the subroom functionality of hotel rooms specifically only works with hotel rooms and dressing rooms. Everything else has a different system. Basically, it doesn't have a subroom system. You just can't have subrooms in anything else. And
It would
that
be addable, it just, you wouldn't really get any benefit from having the desk slightly in a
you
different
you
position.
you completely broke the alignment.
And it's quicker to
By the
do
way,
it that way.
Chick joined us right now,
Hello.
saying hello. Hey, Chick. Happy to see you. Um, if you've just joined us, like Chick, maybe you just joined us somewhere else. We're streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and the Steam store page. And today, Michael is streaming for once, working pretty well. We just got it set up and actually got started on time. Um, seems to be running pretty well. Though we noticed green screens are annoying.
Is it not working well? Or is it working fine?
It's working. It works good enough. I don't see much green on your end or on your side. I have this like slightly green glow around me.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically green screens are a nightmare if you don't have enough light. Anyway, we are streaming to all 3 platforms. Building Michael's casino for once, not mine. So I'm talking a lot, completely destroying my throat, by the way. Michael was lucky enough to not be in all 3 streams this week, but I'm in all 3. Just in general, if you missed our last 2 streams, you can always watch them back on YouTube. They are not immediately live. The video is usually takes some time to go live, but at least by the day after, you can take a look and watch the video. In this week we did Wednesday, Michael and me, building my casino. Rather short stream for us too, but again, it's just us two. On Thursday we had a special guest over. Let me just check before I completely say the wrong name. On Thursday we had Vegas Low Roller over. It was a really nice talk. We also had Arthur online. Michael was taking a break. And we did discuss some Vikings Packers stuff. Also built a whole Vikings themed sports betting area. Michael's currently building more sports betting area in the theme of some underwater stuff, I guess.
Yeah. And now placing bins, the most important objects in the game.
Oh yes, never forget the bins. They're actually not that important in SimCasino. In Sim Airport, they are really important.
Yeah, I did try and boost for effects of boost the amount of litter. Don't know if it's made a huge difference. Just difficult to balance because someone will forget to place bins, and then if you balance it like wrong, then they will just get hammered with litter, and then we'll get a bug report saying it spawns too much litter.
Yeah, you can see the issue in Sim Airport sometimes. Like in Sim Airport, you have massive amounts of people littering if you are not quite careful and place bins. Always place your bins. It's basically the same as always check your toilets. On that note, do you know that reference, Michael?
And
Always check your toilets? Oh, too sad.
oh no, my life is incomplete.
Never played Fallout?
I have, well, I tried the first one because it looked quite interesting. It's more of a strategy game, but the UI
Yeah.
was just too outdated.
Issues with UI? Well, aren't you the expert on that one?
You mean making issues?
Well, having old UI and having issues. But anyway, the point is, Bethesda really likes to put stuff into toilets, like loot and great weapons.
Oh, it
So you have
nearly
to
fits. Nearly.
web F.
Oh, yes.
Hey, there you go. Nice. Bethesda really likes to put like really great loot into toilets. So the meme started or the reference started to always check your toilets because there's gonna be loot in there.
Is it just randomly generated, or is it actually a thing?
So in Fallout, there's a mix of it. You obviously have randomly generated loot and randomly generated encounters, but you also have predefined mapped loot and mapped stuff. So, for example, oftentimes legendary weapons are actually like predefined that they will always spawn at a position. Whereas like ammunition, for example, is generally random. How much or what type is in boxes.
Right.
But specifically in, for example, toilets, there's usually objects and loot specifically placed to tell a story. And that's what to be fair, I haven't played too much of the Fallouts lately. But especially in Fallout 4, I loved how you can find like small huts or small houses, and maybe there was a skeleton and some books or something that was telling a story.
Yeah.
Like you could enter any random area and you would find something, and just by what was there, the game was trying to tell you a story. And that like craftsmanship, that mapping in Fallout was always really nice. I really liked that. Should probably replay Fallout 4 maybe one of those days.
Is that going to be the next LV game, dev game?
A 3D Fallout-esque game.
Only take us several years with the two of us, or three of us.
It doesn't really matter if you're 2 or 3 people. That will take probably a decade to work on.
Well, no, because 3 is 50% more than 2. Like, that's massive improvement.
Yeah, but you have to remember, having 3 people means you have to discuss more and have to have more meetings. So you basically only get like 10% of the efficiency of the third person.
Details.
Exactly. On that note, did you play Far Cry by any chance? Any of the Far Crys?
No.
So Far Cry 6 came out some time ago, and I played through it. And I just let the credits run and relaxed at the end of it. I'm not going to spoil the end, obviously, but the list of people working on these big AAA titles is massive. It's always great to see the amount of people working on it. Probably did the same with Fallout. I never watched the credits on that one, at least on Fallout 4. I did for Fallout New Vegas, but Fallout New Vegas has this really nice, not really credits like outro, but like a storyteller telling the story of all the factions you met and how they would evolve with after the main story ended and you basically finished the game.
That's safe because I have auto save disabled.
Oh yeah, you better save.
Next live
You've got a
stream,
bunch.
Michael restarts because everything was deleted. Yeah. How's this going?
Looks pretty nice.
I don't think I've seen many Ocean-themed casinos on the workshop.
Well, it's a rare theme, I guess.
Yeah. Quite common in platformers. Now you must go to the water temple.
Oh damn. Now you must go to the castle.
Hang on, let me change my boots. 10
Oh wait.
seconds later, okay, change my boots again. Oh wait, change my boots back. 10 menus. Ocarina of Time, if anyone's wondering. I think this is looking pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe put some more screens on the walls. Oh,
needs
ignore
some
that.
people. I love how it perfectly fits. Just perfectly. It's even Z fighting.
Yeah, it's too perfect. It can't handle it.
So for anyone not knowing what Z fighting, it's basically if there's 2 things in the world at the same position, the graphics card doesn't really know what it should render at that position.
I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone now. So now the graphics card decided, let's just render the roof instead of the TV top. But yeah, basically, whenever there's 2 things at the same position, the graphics card flickers between what it actually wants to render. And it's basically called Z fighting because you have X and Y as like your two dimensions, your main 2 dimensions, and then Z is basically the depth. How deep is it in the screen?
Trying to work out where the sun is.
Nowhere. It's night.
Oh, poor chef. Oh, yeah,
Only
we only
one
have
chef.
one buffet. Oh, and it's full, yeah.
Yeah, you may want to add a new chef.
Little islands. I mean, everyone can see him cooking. This is how you get around the wall restriction. It's a tricky one because if we don't enforce walls, then I guess anyone could just walk through.
Yeah, probably.
Well, actually, no, we could make it not need walls, just need the staff, and as long as there's a fence around it, that'll count as a staff zone.
So basically, it just needs instead of checking for walls, it just checks sector.
Oh, yeah. Add it to the list.
Shall I?
I like how these match up
List.
with the window. No one's at the. Oh, there we go. Someone's at the dance floor. And I've got a security camera watching. I don't know why I built that there, actually.
Well,
Watching people
regarding
eat.
the fences, we probably have to configure that per zone. Like a security zone. Well, yeah, so a security office you probably don't want to have just a fence.
Yeah,
So
technically
basically,
here there's no floor here, so that counts
exactly.
separate.
But a kitchen, for example, a fence would be fine.
Yeah.
So it needs to be configured per zone.
Something I forgot to add to the list earlier today. I was building this hotel. I wanted to
Wait,
build.
one second.
Sorry.
Let me add the prior issue
And,
first.
and and Joshua, add this. Joshua, add that.
Yeah, right.
Joshua. The real question is who's building the better casino?
Arthur?
Has he shown off his?
Nope.
Disqualified.
Hmm.
I can't build a wet bar outside.
Um, okay, so what was your issue?
Wet bar. Can't build it outside.
Make wet bar placeable outside.
It's annoying because it's just one tick. Same with the wine rack, please.
Wait. Let me edit. I'm just gonna edit it as
Yeah.
one issue, right?
Yeah, so
Wet
wine
bar,
rack,
wine
I'm just
rack.
sort of working through them. Gym equipment is fine, TV is fine. Technically, we can build a TV on the door, but then if we start getting too restrictive with it, it creates a whole mess elsewhere.
I think we said in one stream specifically making it non-restrictive.
Yeah, so that's how it is at the moment. Non-restricted. I can just do this to figure out which objects are indoor. So yes, I think these are all fine. So yeah, just the wet bar and whatever else
And
I
the
said.
wine rack.
That was it.
If you find anything, I can always add it to the issue.
You need to do that voice off Dune to command me to do it. Not sure if you've seen it.
Nope, sorry.
I'd mimic it, but I can't do like the voice. I like this little corridor bit connecting the two buildings. It reminds me of quite a few hotels that have these like glass sort of bits because I sort of track them as two separate buildings that have a little connected bit.
Yeah, I like it. Looks pretty nice.
You'll also notice that I'm trying to build sort of organically, because one thing I see a lot is somebody goes into our game, they start from the bottom corner of the map, they do this, they build a
And
giant foundation, and then they try and build everything, and that creates two problems. One is it's impossible to optimize, so you don't get as good performance. Two is as the game starts to slow down because you're filling in the entire map in one, you don't end up being able to like fill it all before performance like starts getting worse, and then I guess the real thing is it never feels satisfactory. Like obviously this is still a fairly small like resort, but if we were to say fill in this bit and then stop there, it would feel fairly satisfactory, and we still got like a couple of floors to expand this up here. But if you just drag out the entire foundation as one and then try and fill all that in, it's just going to feel a bit incomplete until you actually fill it all in. And I think some players end up feeling a bit unsatisfied. It also just looks more organic if you do it as separate buildings.
you also run into the issue that you have one massive block, i.e., there's just no design.
Yeah.
So, when I designed my new casino, the second one we are using on when I stream, um, I specifically tried to make it a big casino, but not have it like use the whole space, and that's why I used this like U-shaped reverse U,
Yeah.
um, which is pretty nice.
I think some of these hedges are a bit redundant. You have been made redundant. Find a new job.
Mm, damn those redundant hedges.
Oh, this person's sad because I made the hedges redundant.
Oh,
Donna did a great job on the animations. Like, it's nice seeing sad ones like that now.
yeah. By the way, I think your betting area needs some, not staff, well, maybe staff too, but it's not active yet. Let's
Yeah.
try getting that active in this stream.
So, delivery, betting tickets, we'll set it to 4 for now, just so it's always a bit extra. Call early. Let's just get these both early. Speed things up. Quite a few people come in. Guys currently visiting the vault. Should be coming out soon. There we go.
All the traffic jam.
Yeah, I like how these people walk down as well. That looks nice. Makes the city look a bit
Yeah.
busy. And staff should be arriving shortly. Hopefully we'll see people use
Did,
this.
does the zone maybe have some issues still left?
I don't think so. In fact, there should be a warning up at the top if one of these zones isn't working.
Oh, okay. The shift maybe ended. Maybe ended. By default, I think from 0 to 8 a.m.
I think
There's
it
no
should be
more.
till midnight. Yeah.
What's the time
So
currently? I can
this
see it.
should arrive soon because it's only just open because they've only had a delivery.
Yeah, sorry, what time is it in your casino? I cannot see it.
Sorry, it's 20 to 8 in the evening.
Oh, okay. I'd maybe put one onto 24-hour schedule. So like one is always open.
Yeah. An excellent marketing campaign. Won't go too big.
Automatically renew. Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah. Did you know that was in?
Didn't see it yet, but I didn't use any marketing in my casino yet.
I just want to get the place busier.
As if it wasn't busy enough.
Well, yeah, this is busy, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I love busy casinos.
Make sure to
Look
use
at
the litter
all.
bins. There's plenty of them.
Yeah, don't just throw the trash on the ground.
For anyone noticing the text flickering at the bottom, I've looked into it. I've googled it. I think he even asked on the Unity forums actually. First time I've done that. No one has an answer. It's just a text
Oh,
mesh
great.
pro thing with the shader or something. I've tried changing the layers, I've tried overriding things. I just don't know. But it's
Basically the
definitely an issue
same.
with the shader or something, just because of the way it cuts out.
Basically the same as the Sim Airport issue where text just suddenly is gone.
Yeah. And it's
No
frustrating,
one
really,
knows
because
why.
Text Mesh Pro is really good, but it just seems to have a few flaws. Ooh, roll the dice.
The one thing with Text Mesh Pro though, like it has those few flaws. The one annoying thing though is it doesn't support right to left natively,
Mm.
which is really sad. Oh, lovely beach pick.
Blue.
It's ocean, definitely.
I wish the sitting down animations were smoother. It's just so hard to get right. Ooh, I think did he win? Don't
I
know,
don't
but he
know.
might be about to lose his hands.
Who needs hands?
Sitting positions are so difficult to get right. It might look like an easy thing, but it is one of the most time-consuming, frustrating things to ever deal with in a game. And trying to
Animations
get
in
all the
general.
chips and cards right as well.
Yeah, animations in general are really tough.
Shall we tell the audience how many? Well, obviously, they know about Donna and Arthur Pugh did all the like 3D models and those types of animations. But shall we tell the audience what our like I guess technical art team department size was? Who handled all the chips and chairs and sitting down and movement and other stuff?
Yeah, I think it's too many to list now. But
True.
you can check the credits.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm not even quite sure if that's a full list. But that's like most people that have worked, or yeah, basically everyone that has worked on the game.
So yeah, no real
Byte Gamer.
technical artists. It was basically us three at the top.
By the way, Byte Gamer just joining. Hi, by the way. Asking Sim Airport question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark.
Sim Airport is a thing. It
Yeah.
exists.
Um,
Answers your
he's
question.
he smells people, I guess, in regards to the first person mode. And question: Are you gonna update Sim Airport? Yes. So the plan is currently for Michael, first of all, to go on a break, well deserved one. So you may not see Michael around for the next 2 weeks, starting from as soon as as soon as we're
Yeah.
done with the stream. Um,
Oh, it starts now.
I'm yeah, you, you just have to hide yourself in OBS. Um, and then it's gonna be Arthur and me mostly. We will first of all take a look at Sim Airport and just get through all the issues that have come up and anything we can optimize, especially some code we can basically in SimCasino we improved. We can now backport to Sim Airport for some more or less free performance gains. We plan to have that update out before Christmas. More on it later. Depending on how much time we have, we will also add some nice things, some fancy new shiny things. But again, we'll have to see what we can do, what we can get done, and definitely just take a look out for the news and Discord, whatever. We will let you know as soon as we have more info.
So I was just going to ask, what should I build next? I guess we need another buffet. That'd be a good thing to build, and then we can figure out from there what
Do we have
entertainment
toilets,
to
by
add.
the way?
So toilets there, and some toilets in there near the club. Oh, it's getting a little busy now, actually. I've got a little VIP section. Not sure if I showed that off before.
Yeah.
Apparently, music doesn't play, so I think it might be a Unity bug if there's too many sounds, because I know whenever I tested it in the editor, music 100% attempts to play from these speakers, because I definitely heard it. It just whether or not it works on specific saves. I think sometimes there's just too many sound effects playing.
I mean, I cannot hear anything, so you have to attest to that.
Yeah, I can't hear anything right now either.
Oh, okay.
Can everyone on stream hear the game? There's a chance I might have messed
Probably
up the
will just.
settings. Oh, hang on. I muted
Did
it
you have
earlier,
this?
didn't I?
Oh, genius, guys! You have to tell us if you can't hear stuff.
Okay, can everyone hear it now? I can. Joshua, can you hear it?
No, obviously not.
Okay, I'll just double check it.
Yeah, I can hear it, but it makes sense since
I had to mute it
Inspire.
before because I couldn't hear anything else going on, but during the setup. Oh, I can hear music now. Okay, let's check out their speakers because we definitely got a bug report, but it's not easy to fix because I think it's going to require redoing how all the crowd audio works, because I think it's a priority issue. If you've got 100 crowd audio sources, Unity does not know how to deal with them. Apparently DAWs don't work in first person either, which I think I mentioned earlier.
But again, it works perfectly fine here. Those? And do you hear anything?
Ooh, I'm actually not sure if I hear anything this time. Hang on. There is actual music playing, but probably doesn't help. Oh, I can hear it now. It's quite a funky tune. But I can't hear it in first person. I want to confirm that I did add the sound listener to the camera in first person. I'll have to double check that that's working, but I'm pretty sure it should be based on the position. But right now I can hear the funky music.
So it's just first person issue.
Possibly. But again, it might also depend how many sound effects are playing.
Should I add it, or did you add it already?
I can't remember. Maybe just double check if it's on GitHub. If not, then yeah, just go through sound effect priorities and first person audio.
I'm gonna add it shortly. Real quick before I add it, TXBoyKC09 saying hello. I made it from the store. I'm gonna guess you made it from the Steam store. Welcome, but really interesting. The Steam store also has, or the Steam page also has a chat, but I never see people write in the chat, so I'm not quite sure if it's broken or if just people don't use the chat option in Steam. If you're listening on Steam and you watch us on Steam, maybe say lovely hello on Steam. Otherwise, obviously, we are also live on Twitch and YouTube. You can always watch us there too and chat there too. And if you want to watch back the stream we did, you can always watch on YouTube. We have all the streams recorded there. And I think you have like 30 days on Twitch if you want to watch the Twitch experience. But yeah, YouTube always all the streams back to the first stream we did a long time ago now.
Could you add TV stations, please? Not playing. They were working before work because I remember seeing them, but they must have just stopped working. I'm not sure if it's memory, not sure if it's just not looping. Yeah, no problem.
So first issue was sound stuff.
Sound stuff.
I'm just gonna note sound order / first person, no sound on what is that? The dancing area, right?
Yeah, well, it's specifically the music speaker, but I think it's an issue with sounds in general, because we should have like hundreds of sound effects playing. Like, let's try the slot machine. Yeah, you don't hear any slot machines. It's a priority issue for sure, because on a small map you can hear everything perfectly.
Okay, sound priority / first person, no sound. Save.
Like, you should even be able to hear the cards being played at the table games. There's honestly a lot of sound effects in this game. I just don't think they should be being triggered, but just not being registered by Unity. If we go downstairs, we should hear the crowd now.
Yeah, what was the second issue? Was the TV station?
That would stop playing after a while.
So one just doesn't loop, right?
It might not loop. I'm not sure. I don't know if it ever loops. But
Yeah, that may be the whole issue. So it's just going to be stationary on that picture forever.
yeah.
Do you know what station that is?
Well, this is just the default TV, so because I don't have any mods installed for channels, so that'll be just the sports one.
One of the default spots.
I think there's only one, isn't there?
No, there's several, I think.
Because I don't even have the option to change it.
You can only change it if you have mods installed. The base game ones are always randomized, which one you get. It's so you can only choose the modded ones.
Might be nice if you could choose from the
base game ones.
Yeah, if we've got the menu there already.
The way my camera doesn't even like to focus. Camera, why are you? Why are you an answer to me?
She's not enjoying the TV. She's having to drink her way through it.
Yeah. Colby Pop with a new message. Has there probably been any progress in being able to close a zone to guests? For example, having a nightclub only open from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. and have it closed to guests at other times.
If I remember correctly, I think what we said last time was we'd had an open close button, but then I said you'd probably want to schedule it. And then I think there was a bit of a question as to whether or not that would be getting a bit too advanced. For
so basically, there's no explicit way to do it, but you can do it implicitly via basically closing all objects in that zone. Though the dancing area, I think, is always open. So you cannot close that.
Is there a particular reason to close them? Because they don't cost money, it's not like stacked objects. Other than like visually.
They're probably just gameplay, I guess. Like you want it closed. I don't know. Maybe Colby Pop can enlighten us. What are you gonna add?
I think we said a buffet, didn't we? Because we were the ones getting a bit full. Saying that it's now empty, but it's late at night.
Yeah. It's also you only have that one in the hotel area, and none in the casino area.
Oh, that reminds me, I'll have to build another hotel. Well, extend it. What theme now? So we've got, I guess, just red sort of neon, and then we've got an aquatic theme. We've got sort of a retro, almost kind of 70s hotel with the gold and brown.
Why not use the same 70s for the main buffet?
Well, because this buffet is in that style with the hotel.
You may as well use that one.
Has anyone in the comments got any suggestions what theme we could do? Ideally not requiring loads of like custom textures.
I'm gonna adopt.
Guess we could do like a Roman theme. People can eat boar, wild boar. If there's no objections, I might make like a Roman themed one. Don't know what I should do about the colours or if I just leave it.
Maybe try the same.
It's basically turned into a theme park with all the different themes.
TXBoy KC09 is asking, is there any plans on adding more hanging objects like jackpot signs, plants, TVs, etc.?
Not on the list currently. And it would be cool to do some sort of DLC, maybe some like scenery DLC in the future. I don't know if there's any plans set anymore in the base game, but
So you can definitely add some wire mods. So we for the moment we won't add new objects. Like Michael said, some down the line, some option to add new objects would be nice. You can obviously add new modded objects if you want something specifically. Hanging lamps should work as is. Plants should definitely work. TVs, I don't think will work currently, but we can I can take a look and make it work. That's not too big of a problem. Jackpot signs are a bit annoying. Same with the custom text sign. They need some more work on our end, but we could get it to work. In any case, custom TV stations, by the way, so if you, not just the object but the TV station on it that is running, those can already be added.
Trying to think how ancient should I go with it. If you go too ancient, I think it starts to look a bit weird having like stones inside. But then,
I mean, if you think about, well, you want to go Roman age, right? If you think about the Egyptians, they built big massive pyramids.
yeah.
So I don't know about stone. Might be a little bit bright, maybe a little bit darker. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, like
more
colorful.
Color.
Yeah, more color, but not more light. So keep down right in the color spectrum.
I think that looks
Looks nice. Yeah, that looks good.
We did it! Yay! Right. I'm gonna need another kitchen as well.
Yep.
Let's after spending all that time picking walls and floors, let's remove some of this wall. Measurement. It actually works with the demolish tool open.
Did you just press Alt or?
I clicked the button.
Yeah. I mean, it should work with any tool open if you just press Alt. So Colby Pop wrote, I want to keep it as literal nightclub that's only open at certain times, but without being able to become a no guest zone when it's closed. Guests will often enter when there's no staff at the bar. Yeah, you will probably not be able to do that for the moment, at least. That would require some new mechanic where you can actually close like parts of.
The big problem is the pathfinding in it, because you have to block them from pathfinding through it, and then that's a whole thing.
Pathfinding specifically is not a problem. Same with path following. If they get stuck, they can just go out. The issue with it is that if you completely close off zones on 2 specific times, it's basically like you construct in that area. And every time you construct something, you have to regenerate the basically the costs for pathfinding. So how hard it is to traverse a specific area, or how long it will take. And these costs are really essential to how fast our pathfinding is. Without these costs, predefined, pre-calculated, pathfinding is going to be really, really slow. So what we do is we pre-generate those whenever you build something and update them whenever you build something. And those would have to be updated too if you have a zone that closes. Issue with that is basically as long as it updates, pathfinding is going to be it's gonna have issues. It's not perfect, and that may lead to guests just not being able to pathfind quick enough and just stand around like just like doing nothing. So basically it's just a really tough thing to add for us currently. What you could try is obviously removing anything that may attract guests, by the way. As long as anything that is attracts guests is closed or just doesn't exist, you should be able to be fine. So the bar should be closed. You should not have garbage bins or seating areas in the nightclub specifically. Obviously, you probably want seating area in your nightclub, so I guess that's not the best solution for you in your specific case. Basically, to give you a TLDR answer, not gonna be possible for the moment.
You'll notice that I'm building 2 ovens to make sure that there's plenty of output, because these actually become quite a bit of a bottleneck because they take a while to cook, and I don't see many players building more than 1, and then the chefs will stand around not doing much. It does take time.
And usually place like 3 of everything. I just place massive amounts of everything.
Yeah. I've also got the hot plate near the buffet, because this is the last place we go to, and prep tables and fridges sort of on this side near the door.
So do you want the whole big area to be one big buffet or just a small section behind the kitchen? I think the whole area may be a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Just thinking, so we've got toilets down here, maybe another set of toilets would be good.
And some like corridor in the middle, so people can continue to walk through to the end behind it.
Yeah. Imagine if it clones the person sitting on the toilet. Oh, it fits
fits nice. As if you planned it.
Of course. I guess we could extend the balcony at some point. But for now, I'll do that. And then, okay, definitely want to... Should I change the stars? See, that's stars for this room. But then, I don't know if I want a Roman bathroom. Guess may as well add it.
Yeah, why not?
Then, mate. Maybe change the flooring up a little bit.
So Copy Pop wrote, what about instead of closing off the zone, making doors able to be set to staff only at certain times? Same issue. Exactly the same issue. Basically, so I said how we pre-calculate these costs. These costs are calculated for normal guests and then once for staff, staff only. That's also, by the way, why if you have a bathroom that is for females only, but is like a walkthrough, so you have entry on one end and exit on one end, on the other end, sometimes males can actually go through there, because these predefined costs only exist for normal guests, all the same, and staff. So if you now change a door to a staff door suddenly, you will have to completely recalculate both costs. So you end up with the same issue, sadly. I see you found a nice style.
Yeah, and it was quick to update the style. Also applied to the plants, but I think they look alright.
Oh, it seems nice. They seem a bit dark, but maybe it's fake plants.
Yeah.
By the way,
Because
you
we
know
did
what you're
once. Sorry, go on.
You know what you're missing in your bathroom?
Bin.
Doesn't seem like you have one.
I also want to get some signs up as well.
How cool to you.
And I need to save colour as I try and not die.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing on now?
Roughly. I'm not the best at calculating. 90, 100, 105 minutes.
Ah, nice.
So just short of 2 hours.
The chef should probably make garbage. Not a huge issue there.
Eh. Well, then you have to have staff have needs.
Oh yeah, never mind. Not on the list,
Yeah.
not on the list.
Definitely not on the list.
You just say, oh no, I've already
so-
added it to the list, there's no way to remove it. And then we just cast.
So for anyone interested, currently staff are completely differently handled from normal agents in SimCasino and Sim Airport for that matter. Basically, normal people, so packs in Sim Airport and guests in SimCasino, have needs, and depending on the needs, they decide what to do. That goes all the way from having litter they have to throw away to wanting to gamble, for example. Meanwhile, staff are always fixed. They get a task assigned and they have to do that specific task. So, for example, the chef gets the task to cook something, and then they have to cook that thing, and there's no way around it. And due to the difference in those systems, it's going to be hard to have chefs generate litter.
I think that's about everything for the buffet, and then just need to set up the dining areas.
Yeah. Whip.
Need a short cap in the middle. Obviously
looks
done on
fine.
purpose.
Yes.
For accessibility.
Yes, obviously. Didn't just accidentally happen because it didn't fit.
What didn't fit? Who are you accusing of not fitting something?
No, all good. What's the error on the zone now?
What's the what? The
error. Ah, needs to be assigned. Good question for you, Michael. Colby Pub asking, what causes staff health to go down?
Only fights at the moment. I don't think anything else can cause it. Not that I remember adding to it. Assuming I'm the only person who's changed it.
I'd guess so. How do you recover health while on that matter?
So when Baridal go into the security office, I think, or maybe just guys do that, but they should heal themselves. Basically, I think we was going to add a first aid box and then just never got around to it. So they'll just stand in the zone and kind of heal themselves.
So currently only security guards can get hurt. And security guards specifically get hurt when they fight criminals. So they they run after them and then fight them. And they obviously lose some health while fighting. And to recover, they go back to the security zone, to the vault, to the vault zone. Well, probably both, I guess. Michael?
One more thing, it does gradually increase passively. So without doing anything, but it's much slower.
Do they also get health in the vault? So they probably only get health in the vault zone and not in the security office? Or do they get in both?
They can get hurt anywhere.
Yeah, but where do they recover?
Recover. I think it's just the security office. Unless it's like automatic, then it's anywhere passively.
Oh, okay. So if you want more detailed info, we can take a look. But so just ping me on Discord. But generally, yeah, they lose energy, they lose health when they fight and recover over time.
Now time for some Roman-looking-ish statues.
So Colby Pub Gaming says, what about renaming it Energy and then having it be regenerated in staff break rooms? Well, that would basically be the same mechanic as now. You should be able to put sofas and couches into your staff rooms anyway. So you could make a small like break-ish area already, just not an official area, obviously.
So basically like a security room as opposed to an actual staff room.
Yeah.
Staff rooms are tricky because it's a question of how often should they go and if we should have needs. Because if we added a staff room and nobody used the facilities in there, then it wouldn't look as good if we just stood around. So then gets into the whole thing about needs.
You could always have them go there when they are idle, but doesn't
they'll be running
right.
across the map constantly and not doing jobs.
Possibly, yeah.
And then it becomes, how do you make that efficient?
So Colby Pop says, but it'd be for all stuff. Yeah, that's again. How exactly should that work? If you had, we'd have to basically add needs for staff, and that's just not gonna happen.
Okay, need something for this corner. Maybe just some more table games.
Specifically in the corner, I'd leave some open space just where people can go through. Maybe put some plants and some couches in the middle. And yeah, one table corner. You probably want to use some smaller ones to put them against each other.
Yeah. There we go, I think 2 of those will fit.
Maybe the other way around, so that the staff is with the back to the wall.
I think you want the staff in the middle so that they can like talk to each other. Is the traditional way. So you'd have 2 tables facing each other. That's what Arthur taught me when I did the trailers.
I have no idea. I have not been in casinos.
I haven't either.
So let's just trust Arthur. He lives in Las Vegas, so he's probably right.
Yeah. I never thought purple would work for Roman. I still don't know if it works, but we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah.
I suppose it's different to the other styles, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
How much of this should be window?
I guess specifically the center area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice. Makes the space, especially the...
different.
Ooh.
Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Help me! What do I do? I'm not making
yeah, just go down, just don't look at it.
Yeah, I think this has come across quite nicely. So we got big red area at the front. No idea what theme it is if anyone has an idea. Kind of like an Atlantis theme, and then more of a Roman theme. I need to add more statues, that's what I need to do.
The first one is just a red theme.
Ignore
the
that
theme is just literally red.
Ignore that the vases are the same as the ones in the Atlantis theme, it's close enough.
Colby Pop sharing his idea. Each task costs 2 to 6% energy, and if a staff member gets to 20%, they need to take the barrack to recharge. If it gets to 0%, they go home. No. That would literally be staff needs, and that's just not an option. That would basically change how staffing works completely. It would basically be a new game.
Yeah, it would, because at the moment it basically auto-hires them. So if they go home, it'll just replace them with someone else, and then there's really no point to it.
Yeah, it's just not an option. At that point, you basically would have full-on staff management, and SimCasino is just not. The staffing in SimCasino is just not meant to be that deep.
It's more about the guess.
Exactly.
And the litter bins. Lots and lots of litter bins. Keep losing my voice.
Yeah, I'm pretty done myself. You're also coughing still. You don't sound too well.
Thanks, I was actually ill about 3 weeks ago. It's just the cough that's persistent. I think that is a pretty good result.
Yeah, maybe unpause for once.
Oh yeah.
You have guests. Show them off.
Just notice the multicolored lights in this room.
Looks nice.
I don't know why I didn't notice that before. Yeah, I think this has gone quite well. Oh, we need to show this off in first person. You will not get food anymore. You will be mine.
Yeah. I mean, there's no food yet, so whatever.
True. I'll have to do another delivery. And
while you're showing off your casino and stuff you built now, how about ending for today?
Yeah.
We've done nearly 2 hours. Pretty good stream tonight. I'm really done. Michael is gonna take a break for the night for the next 2 weeks, so you won't see him. Colby Pop, by the way, saying, let me guess, the next game you'll release is Sim Landfill. Well, with the amount of bins we take care of, maybe. You'll have to see.
Depending on how quickly you want the next game, we could release SimCasino 2, which is the exact same game, just with a 2 on it. And then that's the quickest way to get a sequel.
But that's not a landfill then.
Is there anywhere anyone wants me to walk to have a look at?
Maybe the upstairs in the main casino.
Oh yeah.
In the like ocean themed thing.
I went through that earlier, unless you just mean upstairs again.
Yeah. Just show off the upstairs one last time. And I'm gonna say anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna say anyways. I can already say thank you all for coming by. We don't know yet when exactly we will stream next. Like I said, Michael's gonna go on a well-deserved break for the next 2 weeks, so you won't be seeing him. Oh yeah, right. Chick saying, do not forget to upload your casino. So if you have a second, Michael, please upload your casino to the workshop. I still have to upload mine too.
Oh, the video is working.
Yeah, it's just and I think I know why.
Was it the game paused before?
No, it's just holding too long on the last frame. Anyway, great to see you all here. thanks for coming by. And I guess we'll see you next time. Like I said, we don't know exactly when next time is gonna be. But whatever. Again, thanks everyone for coming by. As always, if you have missed part of the stream, it will be live as soon as possible on YouTube. It will be live on Twitch for the next 30 days. Be sure to follow us on those platforms, on Twitter, Discord. Be sure, like I said many times, be sure to join our Discord. Always happy to see you all there. Michael, not gonna be around for the next 2 weeks. I'm always gonna be online. You can always ping me if you have questions, or just ask on the server. And
Before we
that's gonna
go,
be. Yeah.
I don't know if you had anything else to add on to that.
No.
So, well, firstly, just to say it's been a lot of fun to play the game myself, and obviously get to hopefully show off good skills in design and not bad skills. And also just I legit had something I was going to say. I've forgotten. Oh no, give me 10 seconds, please. Don't go away. I've enjoyed playing it though. I was definitely going to add something else. I'm literally trying to walk back to the last place I was when I was thinking about, see if that refreshes my memory. Oh no, I'm gonna remember like, oh that was it. You know how Nintendo released a shareholder report saying we'll release the next console within the next 100 years, like within the next century? Shall we just save that for the next live stream? We will release a live stream at least in the next century.
That sounds like an option.
Yeah, I think this sense of the shareholders, it was 20 and then XX, so that meant within the next like 100 years.
Yeah, that's an option.
Yeah, that's all I had to add. I'm so glad I remembered that. I'd have been annoyed if I remembered just after we went offline.
Yeah, luckily you did. Anyways.
I go French every time I go down an escalator. And it happens when I go up as well. Whee!
Let's see if Michael can correctly count us out. Or not count us out, but switch to the correct scene at the correct time.
I'm in full screen.
You'll have to do this. Well, you can go out of full screen already.
Okay, what do I press?
Well, as soon as we are done, you mute us. You mute desktop and microphone, and then you go over to the outro scene. Okay. And at that point, I guess it's time to say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Let's hope I press the right buttons in 3, 2, 1.